serfdom and would crush us with their might. Is there anything left to us but to organize and fight?
Due to time constraints, I'm only going to cover the union reports from our union newspaper that are extremely interesting to me, and the ones that are just routine I'm not going to bother covering. I just don't have the time to put every union paper into a blog form. Anyway, with that said, we have a nice article from Bruce Hansen. I'd like to wish all of you a very happy new year. Please be safe. In 2009, I would like to thank each and every member for ongoing support they offer me. Sometimes I may not know how to take or acknowledge your encouraging words, but believe me, when the day is done, I ask myself, did I make a difference today? Most days I can answer yes. These thoughts are then reinforced by you and the words I hear from you. I don't think I could ever really let you know what it means to me. I wish every one of you a happy new year. Yes, Bruce, we over here at Merlo Garage think you're probably the best possible union rep that we could have as TriMet employees. So what is going on here at Merlo? I have filed an ATU grievance over the meal break policy. If you're not getting your meal breaks, let your union rep know. Also, if you're not getting your regular breaks, please let us know. We have a commitment, TriMet, to work together on making the schedules work. Please fill out the meal break card or yellow card. Please make a copy for your officer and have it placed in a box so we will know too. This will only work if you tell your e-board officer whether your schedule works or not. Another grievance filed is against the CSI policy. They do not follow the policy. If you get a CSI and are asked to go in and talk about it, be sure to time slip them for your time. Do not let them take your time away unless you are going to get paid for it. Do not talk to the manager or assistant manager on your break time either. You need time to relax. Yeah, what happened to the revised CSI policy that Peggy was talking about? That never happened? I guess we need to get in touch with Peggy about that. As for the few people who have gotten yearly reviews with discouraging remarks, I've spoken with Lyle and he says he will stop adding the discouraging comments. This was pointed out to me by a couple of members as not motivating or supporting members who do want to do a better job. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. If you have any concerns or seen things that you feel may negatively impact the members, please call your union rep. With your help, we can make this a better and stronger union. I know that we don't hear this enough, but we do a heck of a job. I would like to see management teams recognize this too. Merlo did meet the 92% attendance goal set by the district. The operators received donuts and pizza. It's nice to see that they can recognize the drivers. Let's all set our goals higher and continue a great job. Thank you, Bruce. Keep up the good work, Bruce. Interesting little piece by Jeff Hunt here, and it's definitely worth bringing up. Snow and ice events, such as those we experienced in December, are one of the worst times of the year for us. There are some who do thrive on it, and some who even shine like bright stars. One instance is mechanic J.K. Hung. For those who don't know him, J.K. is the West Side mechanic and has worked for TriMet for 30 years. As I was putting change on buses at BTC one day, I watched J.K. help operators with their buses. English is not his first language, but despite that, he not only did his job cheerfully under the worst conditions, but he would also look out for people who were lost and would help them find the right bus to the destination. J.K. truly performed above and beyond the scope of his job. He made us all look good. Thank you, Jeff. Excellent. Jim Fowler has some interesting comments. As I'm writing this, management has suspended the static fare missions at Kings Hill Station and the 82nd Avenue MAX platforms. For those of you not familiar with these, every day between the hours of 6:30 and 9:30 a.m., fare inspectors and supervisors would hold trains while they boarded to check fares, and then release the trains after all the fares have been checked. It's unbelievable. The operators, supervisors, inspectors, and even the passengers were getting really tired of this. Finally, after weeks of this, management has heard our complaints, and we now have rolling missions. That means the same group boards the train and rides until a specified destination, then hops on a train in the opposite direction. What a novel concept. Oh boy. We heard a customer service grievance at December Step 3. Hearing involved overtime for people doing trip planning. The grievant, customer service specialist, felt that since she is scheduled each day to do some trip planning, that any overtime that is trip planning specific should be offered strictly by seniority, since they all do trip planning. Management feels overtime should only be offered to trip planners, which is a lower paid position within customer service, where they all do trip planning. Management feels that trip planners are a separate classification and say it's not fair that those from another group can snatch up their overtime. If these managers really think this is fair, then they should immediately stop using specialists and reps for trip planning duties. Yvette has a couple of interesting points here. One of them is the rules about not having car insurance. If you are driving without insurance and get into an auto accident, even one that isn't your fault, you will most likely lose your CDL for 12 months. As a result, your employment will be diminished or terminated, forcing you to fall on the mercy of your employer and beg for a 1-year leave of absence. My resolution suggestion to you is to guard your CDL with a monthly checkup. I am very pleased to see an increase in the number of TriMet employees who are using the Child Elder Care Reimbursement Program, which provides qualified employees with up to $1,200 annually. TriMet employees who are considering taking advantage of this employer-funded program need only furnish receipts and proof of dependence. In a recent article, I wrote about new regulations which affect employees who test positive during urinalysis. Those new stipulations are being enforced through FTA, which oversees, among other things, the drug testing of workers in safety-sensitive careers like public transportation. To offer clarification on November's article, an important distinction should be made between the employee who is being tested, technically considered the donor, as opposed to the testee, which is how I referred to them, and the actual tester, who is now considered the collector, as opposed to the tester. Okay, that's interesting technicalities. Anyway, thank you, Yvette, and those are the highlights of our union report.
You're all in hell. Well, he's puffing a big cigar, feeling mighty slick because he thinks he's got your union licked. Well, he looks out the window, and what does he see but 1,000 pickets, and they all agree he's a bastard. Unfair! Slave driver. Bet he beats his wife. Now, boys, you come to the hardest time. The boss will try to bust your picket line. He'll call out the police, the National Guard. They'll tell you it's a crime to have a union card. They'll raid your meeting. They'll hit you on the head. They'll call every one of you a damn red unpatriotic. Japanese spies. Sabotaging national defense. But out at Ford's, here's what they found, and out at Vultee.